Hi there. My name is Sue Sutcliffe, and I'm owner operator of World Event Center, a fully customizable Canadian virtual event venue and service center. We get large groups of people talking quickly and authentically online, and it really does have to be seen to be experienced. But I'll do the next best thing and give you a walkthrough via this video. So, right now, amid this pandemic, people are gathering together on Zoom and other platforms, and we're all zoomed out. We're all tired of being broadcasted to. And just so you know, this is not another Zoom. It's not another WebEx. We're not looking at, a talking head. What we're talking about is a solution that's going to transform and actually connect you authentically. So what we say is if you can't get together in person, no problem. World Event Center is perfect for all these types of occasions that you're seeing there, where you really want to get people talking authentically. And every World Event Center building takes up to 800 people. And just so you know, within 30 seconds, we can get 800 people not only paired up with someone, but talking, right? We can get those conversations going. We can also do a lot with collaboration. This is a really interactive platform. So let me give you a walkthrough of what it looks like. There are two modes in World Event Center: presentation mode, and that's what I'm in right now. And then there's conversation mode, which looks a lot different than anything you've ever seen. Now, presentation mode is the mode I'm in right now. And for those that are actually in the building right now, as I tape this, they can see me on stage. And if there was, and we can have up to I think 8 other speakers on stage, and we can share up to 4 screens on stage as well. But you can have unlimited speakers. I mean, we just rotate them up. So if you want to bring somebody from the audience up, not a problem. When you go into presentation mode on World Event Center, everybody's cameras and their microphones are muted. So all eyes are on the presentation, but there is a chat so people can chat with individuals, people only at their table, or everyone in attendance. And if they want to get the attention of the person on stage, they can raise their hand. They can also post questions and upvote those questions. So, which makes it really handy for being able to pick the most popular questions, because sometimes after an event, we don't have enough time to answer all the questions. So by people being able to upvote it, we can basically make sure that the most popular ones are answered. Now we are recording in live definition. You're watching the video as a testimony to that. We could also be live broadcasting to YouTube right now, and be showing an agenda and organize the run of show. So that it's just a case of clicking on the agenda to make things happen. We can also run a timer while the presentations are going on, which is kind of handy if you've got a really tight agenda. But really, where the magic happens is the conversation mode. So this is an example of a conversation mode where you've got a real visual look at a networking floor. Really not a lot different than if you went to a banquet hall right now. You would register at the front desk, and then you would open the door and you would look around for who you might know. And as you can see all the tables, and you can see little circles that represent people that are sitting at those tables. And they can upload their photo. If they haven't, then that circle, they call it an avatar, has an initial in it. And that initial, basically, when you mouse over it, can tell you who that person is, like what name they entered. Now, the beautiful thing about conversation mode is that not only do you have a bird's eye view, you can move around freely. We will never put you in a room. We're never going to make you stay in a room. We're never going to make you talk to anybody you don't want to talk to. People can move around freely. They just basically double click on an empty seat and then they move there. Now, you're also never going to get that Zoom headache, or that headache that you get when you're on these platforms and there's all these talking heads. It drives me nuts. I mean, somebody starts talking and I go to find their face and I have to find the person talking, and they're not always on my screen. It's kind of crazy. On World Event Center, you're chatting only with the people at your table, which means that it's limited to 8 people. Or you could, table sizes can be designed. It's your call. So you can have tables between 2 and 8, but you'll never have more than 8 people at your table, which means you always know who's talking. You can see them as you're talking to them, and you're never going to have people that are not talking because they're afraid of cutting somebody out. 8 makes it really natural to chat. Now you'll also have banners. I'm going to show you where the banners are. The advertisers just love it because we can display all their logos in conversation mode. And when people click on them, it can pop up with an offer. I'm going to show you that when we go into that mode. And those ads can actually link out to their site. It actually pops up in a new window. So that offers really great value for them. And the beautiful thing is we can track it. Now, the other thing that makes World Event Center really amazing is those avatars, because those avatars make it really simple for people to connect. So, for example, if you joined the event for the first time and you haven't optimized your avatar, you're only going to have a circle with your initial on it, and that's okay. You're allowed to do that. However, if you're a business person, it's amazing because what you can do is you can optimize it with your website, with your LinkedIn URL, with your Facebook URL, with your meeting scheduler. And when people click on your little circle, your avatar, not only can they get a sense of who you are, your company, what company you work for, and all that, they can link through and connect with you in real time. So, for example, you could click on my avatar if we were in the meeting room together, and you could, because I've optimized my avatar, you could actually click and connect and book a meeting with me in real time. And the beautiful thing is, even if we haven't even had a chance to talk, how many times have you been into a meeting and you've heard 2 people talking and you've identified somebody as somebody that you really want to talk to, somebody that you can really help, but you don't get a chance to talk to them? Guess what? This is beautiful because you can do it whether you can talk to them or not. Example, somebody's up on stage and they're talking about it and you're thinking, yes, they can answer my question. I need to get to them. But you know what? They get off stage. There's a big lineup. You can't stay, so you don't get to ask that speaker the question. You can link out to them via LinkedIn or book an appointment with them in real time. So the avatars are really easy to optimize, and this is basically it. So you can see I'm sitting here at a table right now with Sarah, and we're both event managers, so we have a star, and that's kind of nice that event managers are identified on the floor with these stars, because that way if anybody has any questions or they're having any difficulties, they know who to ask. Most people don't have stars. Now, in order to optimize these avatars, basically in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you'll see your circle. And if it's your first time there, it's going to be the first initial. And what you'll do is click on Update Profile, and you can upload your photo and fill in the blanks. It's really easy to use. You just follow the prompts. Now, 1 out of 10 people surveyed said that World Event Center events feel almost as good as the real thing. So although this walkthrough probably showed you the functionality, really, we'd love to know how you feel about World Event Center. So if you'd like, I'm going to, in the email that I'm going to give you, it's going to have a link for you to get to subscribe for free for 14 days, so you can try it out yourself. It's pretty easy to use, so I really don't expect you'll have a problem with it. And I think it would be good for you to connect over the holidays with this pandemic lockdown. We're all kind of challenged, and World Event Center events are really easy. People just click, and you can bring large groups together. We used to gather with my family, and we used to have 13 people. With the lockdown, I can't do that. So we're going to be having Christmas dinner in an event. So, the demonstration link, the free trial link I give you, I would encourage you to try it out. You'll get a sense of what it's like. People, your family can come together and kind of mix and mingle, come over and say hello. Like, for example, the young people come over to the old people and say hi, but then they want to talk about at their own table, about their own things. So it gives people the ability to be social, but also have space. And I think that's kind of cool. Now, we don't require any download. There is no download. So there's a lot less risk to you, because you don't have to worry about any vulnerability. With every software you download, there is vulnerability. And so that's great. We use the latest technology. That's why it's 100% dependent on your computer and your software. It means that we have to make sure that you're using the latest software. So on the left-hand side, I've outlined what the system requirements are that we recommend. You can make this thing work on modern day phones. I just personally just don't think that this application is good for that. And it's certainly tablets, older tablets especially, tend to have, unless they're technical, they will have problems with it. Although we do have people come on with tablets all the time. They tend to be more geekier. The only problem that you could possibly have when you get into World Event Center is that there could be video conferencing is very heavy duty on your computer. Like I say, your computer and your browser do all the heavy lifting. So if you find that you're having any, when you're demoing this, if you have any problems, maybe there's a little bit of a lag with sound, maybe there's a little bit of a lag with your video, it's as easy as clearing your cache. And I've noted here how to do that. You basically hold down the Shift, Control, and then hit the R, or you hit Command plus Shift and the R, and it'll clear your cache and you're set and ready to go again. So that kind of is the platform. Now I'll let you know that also sponsors, the benefits to sponsors are huge because this is fully customizable. So you can see a few really basic customized floor plans here. These are all free, but there are tons. We have one that has a motorboat. We have one that's an island. We have one that's a children's playground. It can be in any color. In fact, and the good news is we can design that for you, or anybody with Adobe Illustrator could do this for you as well. It's basically an SVG file and pretty easy to do. So your sponsors are going to love that, and they'll pay for the exposure. We can track how many people click through on their links. We basically they'll click on the logo, it pops up an ad, and then if people click on the link, we can track how many people actually did that. We can also customize the table name. So you'll see that every table has a name, and we can customize those for your sponsors or to stimulate conversation. And of course, we can highlight them in the URL. So, people say, why pay subscription fees when World Event Center connects you to in the most interactive way possible and grows your revenue. Now, how does it do that? Well, those ads generate money. And in your case, you're bringing together partners. So there's opportunities for partners and sponsorships. So even at $25 an ad, that's $500, which covers, a small meeting. Typically, what I do for a 2-hour meeting is I charge $100 an ad. And that brings in $2,000, which is far more than what the venue rental has done. So it could be actually a revenue stream for you if you wanted to look at it that way. Here's my contact information. Here's how you can download this 14-day trial. So it's worldeventcenter.com/free-trial. It makes it really easy to do it. This is what a room looks like full. You can see that instead of logos, I've made these look like buttons because this is a self-propelled demonstration. And I put ads on the right, but this can look radically different and be completely branded to your colors, your partner's colors. In fact, one of the things that, one of the plans that I have, I'd love to show you what I've done. I have got a venue space set up for Christmas, which is beautiful. And I just want to share that with you. This is the space I've got set up for Christmas holidays for those people I know that are connected to me and they can't get together with the people they love. What I've done is I've created a bunch of buttons here. The instructions are on one page, tells them everything they need to know to navigate the platform. An agenda, basically we're doing a fundraiser. And I've added some fun stuff here. So I've reserved some tables for some people, etc. Anyways, this is what, it doesn't have to look standard. It doesn't have to look boring. It is completely customizable to you. And I hope this has been answered all your questions. However, just so you know, I'm happy to field any questions you may have. You can email me at sue@susutcliffe.com. You're welcome to call me at 1-800-579-9253, or you can find out more about the platform at www.worldeventcenter.com. Thank you very much, and hope to talk to you soon.